Dear Polly, I am trying to figure out how to be less nice. I don't want to be less generous or less kind, just less nice. You know what I mean, that craven, smiley, oh gosh, no, of course, you go ahead of me, laughing at every unfunny joke, acting thrilled to see people who treat me like shit veneer. It degrades my life. It has always degraded my life. I'm only now starting to understand how much. I'm mad about it. I've always been nice. Obviously, that doesn't make me a particularly good person. I've done plenty of vile shit. The older I get, the more I have to pry my desperate grasp of the idea that niceness somehow gives me value. It is the thing that gives me value. That it obligates the world to treat me well in return. I mean, I have long known this does not work, and yet I keep doing it. Mostly, what being nice buys me is a load of bullshit from most people, a lack of respect from people I admire, and a frightening well of anger that is fed when things don't go in accordance with my stupid, broken-down theory that I don't believe in anyway. Here's what I mean by nice. I am so good at feigning fascination that deeply unfascinating people waylay me at every opportunity to get some more of the ego food I am always dishing out. It means that I attract people who can't tolerate a single unflattering remark about themselves and who will turn vicious the second I let my genial admiration go slack. It means that when people try to take things from me, my automatic response is to give those things, and that costs me a ton in guilt, shame, fear not to give it to people immediately. I assess my value in how much people like me, even when I don't like them. And even when I see their contempt for me growing every time I don't stand up for myself. Even when I dislike them. Even when I truly hate them. It means I have always had narcissists in my life. It means that when I try to talk to my new boyfriend, who very clearly wants the best for me, about some minor adjustments I need to make to our relationship, I think it would be easier to just break up. It means I let my ex-boyfriend and an ex-boss simultaneously almost destroy me, because who could be mean to someone so nice? I must be getting what I deserve. It means that when I say a necessary no, I have a moment of triumph and then spend the rest of the day under an avalanche of guilt. It means I try to redirect the conversation when anyone makes a bigoted remark instead of saying, excuse me. It means I want to sink into the floor when someone rightly says to me, excuse me. What I want is to be actually kind. I want to give things when they're needed, or even wanted. But I want to do it consciously, not by reflex, not because the cost of saying no is so absurdly high I can't deal with it. I want to be able to say, you hurt me. I want to be able to say, I don't like that. I want to be able to say, I'm leaving now. Instead of sitting in a meeting for 2.5 hours past the time I said I absolutely had to leave. Polly, What do I do with this? What do I do with all this fakery and anger and saccharine sweetness? What if I dispose of all this niceness and what's left is something no one likes? Help me. Help me, please. Pleadingly. Nicely, nicely.
Dear NN, the strange irony of being a very sensitive person who wants to say, I don't like that, or you hurt me, is that you tend to take it too personally when other people say, I don't like that, or you hurt me. You feel attacked, and so you conclude that the other person must be wrong to say something so direct, so critical, so negative. So you avoid asserting yourself the same way that other people do, because other people will surely encounter your assertiveness as injurious, the way you have. Here's the thing. Being nice is worthless if you're just going to feel resentful about it in the end. You might as well just be outspoken and state your needs from the outset. Because as much as people resent assertive women, they resent disingenuous, overly friendly, secretly furious women even more. Maybe you need to ask yourself, how secretly furious am I? I can certainly understand why you'd feel so angry. By simply showing up and being a woman, you are asked to satisfy an incredibly tangled and contradictory set of demands. You are supposed to be assertive, but not too assertive. You're supposed to speak your mind, but only on subjects about which everyone already agrees. You're supposed to toe the party line while pretending that it is your personal choice. Trust me, I've been there. So this is what I want you to accept, first and foremost. You are a nice person, and you are also full of anger. You're a walking tangle of contradictions. That's okay. Most of us are like that. Women, most of all. How could we not be? People want us to be sexy warriors who roll over and play dead on command. They want us to be flirty burlesque dancers in burqas, aggressive conquistadors with cookies in the oven. Dorothy Parker meets Dorothy Gale, Sandra Bernhardt meets Sandra Dee, Kristen Stewart meets Martha Stewart. Experiments in asking for exactly what you want will go badly. Do it anyway. Do it and expect people to react badly. Because you're sensitive, you won't like this. But think about how they feel and try to empathize. Think about how you might soften your message. Watch how other people do it. I know it sounds like a management technique, but good communicators usually start with something positive, then move to the negative gently. I love this about you, but I have to draw the line here. I know you're trying your best, but this is what I still need from you. I care about you so much, and you're such an important friend to me, but I don't think I can do this one thing. Listen closely when someone asserts his or her boundaries, because that's healthy behavior, even if it's not to your taste at this point. Learn from them, because most people avoid problems instead of asserting themselves. They clam up, they disappear, and that's the coward's path, even if it's a path a lot of us take. I used to admire people who could hang with anything. Now the women I admire the most are women who never pretend to be different than they are. Women like that express their anger. They admit when they're down. They don't beat themselves up over bad moods. They allow themselves to be grumpy sometimes. They grant themselves the right to be grouchy or to say nothing or to decline your offer without a lengthy explanation. Sometimes it seems like the rest of us are on a never-ending self-improvement conveyor belt. We're running faster and faster, struggling to be our best selves. But every day we fail, and we hate ourselves for it. Fuck that. Let us be mortal. Let's not be sexy warriors princesses or burlesque dancers in burqas or conquistadors with cookies in the oven. How many years do we have to wait just to speak our minds? Let's be flinty and unreasonable instead. Let's tell the truth without a smile. Let's let our words drop one by one without explanation, without apology, like the first few pebbles before a landslide. Polly.